President Trump then started talking about how unemployment rates have dipped to record lows. And again, Democrats refuse to cheer for record low unemployment rates. You would figure that really that's bad optics. And what they'd really want to say is, yes, unemployment rates have dipped to record lows as part of the continuing success of the Obama economy. Right? Just all you have to do, just politically, is say the reason that the economy has continued to boom is because it was already doing well under Obama and it has continued to do well under President Trump. Not the end of the world, but Democrats couldn't even bring themselves to cheer for low black unemployment rates.
Unemployment has reached the lowest rate in over half a century. African American, Hispanic American, and Asian American unemployment have all reached their lowest levels ever recorded. Unemployment for Americans with disabilities has also reached an all-time low.
Okay, Nancy Pelosi is sitting there not cheering, and there are the Democrats sitting there not standing up, not cheering. So is it a bad thing that people with disabilities are working? Weird. Okay, so the Democrats were refusing to cheer for low unemployment rates. They also definitely refused to cheer for putting sex traffickers out of business, which is a weird look. So President Trump says, now it's time for America to end sex trafficking. It's time for America to end illegal immigration that involves human trafficking. And the Democrats are sitting there like, no, we like human trafficking. Now, obviously, they don't like human trafficking, but they don't want to give President Trump any sort of win here, even if what he's speaking about is a basic principle of being a human. So watch this.
Now is the time for Congress to show the world that America is committed to ending illegal immigration and putting the ruthless coyotes, cartels, drug dealers, and human traffickers out of business.
And then there's Kamala Harris shaking her head. Oh, that's terrible. Putting sex traffickers out of business. Wow. She's a tough prosecutor, you know. She's a tough prosecutor who really cares about crime rates. She's so tough that she shakes her head when we talk about putting sex traffickers out of business, Kamala Harris. What a delight she is. Okay, so the Democrats definitely showing how, Trump should just run endless commercials in 2020 of him saying eminently obvious things and Democrats shaking their heads or refusing to clap. Now, that's a pretty good commercial for him against Kamala Harris. We want to put sex traffickers out of business. And Kamala Harris like, no, we don't. No, let's not do that. Shaking my head ruefully. Just terrible. And then President Trump got to his illegal immigration pitch, in which he said, correctly, that tolerance for illegal immigration is cruel because what you actually want is lots of legal immigrants, and illegal immigration comes with severe human cost. Now, this was pretty amazing. Once again, Democrats refuse to acknowledge that he is correct, that people are damaged in transit when they are brought in by coyotes. So here is President Trump speaking about it.
Tolerance for illegal immigration is not compassionate. It is actually very cruel. 1 in 3 women is sexually assaulted on the long journey north. Smugglers use migrant children as human pawns to exploit our laws and gain access to our country.
And President Trump continued. He talked about walls working. He spent an awful lot of time in the speech talking about illegal immigration. And then his conclusion was walls work, which obviously is his main campaign pitch, because in about a week and a half here, we're going to go into possible second government shutdown or him declaring a national emergency. So here's him making that case.
Simply put, walls work and walls save lives. So let's work together, compromise, and reach a deal that will truly make America safe.
Okay, and the Democrats won't cheer for that. So we have to recap. Democrats will not cheer for making America safe through compromise. Democrats will not cheer for low unemployment for blacks, Hispanics, Asian Americans, and Americans with disabilities. Americans, they will not cheer for ending sex trafficking. You ask yourself, what will Democrats cheer for? What do they like? And it turns out that what Democrats will cheer for is themselves. They love themselves. Just like Jim Acosta loves Jim Acosta, Democrats love themselves and Democrats. It was an appalling display. This was truly appalling. So President Trump talks about high employment among women. And I guess we're not allowed to cheer for black employment or Hispanic employment or Asian employment or disabled people employment. We are able to cheer only for people with vaginas employment. Although maybe that's overstated because some men are women, as we've learned. So people who identify as women employment, that we are allowed to cheer for because women are so put upon in American society. Women have it so rough in American society. We say as we look at the Speaker of the House, who is a woman sitting behind the President of the United States during the State of the Union address. I'm going to play you the self-serving gross, congratulatory nonsense that the Democrats participated in last night. It made them look particularly bad, and it exposed their vision of America that is false and truly morally off-putting. I mean, I was really off-put by this, and I think a lot of people were. The key moment of the entire night. President Trump has been unable to unify the Democrats and the Republicans about anything. President Trump has been unable to get Democrats to clap for anything up to and including more black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and people with disabilities working. They will not cheer for anything. But then he stumbles on the one thing Democrats will cheer for, Democrat women will cheer for, these fighters for the underclass. What will they cheer for? Themselves. So here was this self-congratulatory girl power bachelorette party nonsense that happened at the State of the Union address last night.
No one has benefited more from our thriving economy than women, who have filled 58% of the newly created jobs last year. All Americans can be proud that we have more women in the workforce than ever before. And exactly 1 century after Congress passed the constitutional amendment giving women the right to vote, we also have more women serving in Congress than at any time before.
And there they are cheering themselves. Yay, we love us. We're the best. AOC turns around and she actually gives an air high five to no one. Really, that happens. They're cheering. They're dancing. They're so happy about it. They love them. My goodness, the obstacles they've overcome. My goodness, what a place America is because these women were elected. Okay, this is off-putting garbage.